Amy Hershin, Rabbi Kennard, Sharon Stocker, Avi Cohen, parents, families, friends, and VCE class of 2015. My name is Lyndon Wise, and I look forward to sharing the next 10 or so minutes with you all, looking back on our years at Mount Scopus, reminiscing, thinking about all the wonderful times we spent together as a year level, and looking forward to what lies ahead. Now, there is a speech I wrote, handed into the school, and got approved by Rabbi Kennard. And then there's a speech in my hands. I'm kidding. Sorry, I wouldn't do that. I don't want to be sent off stage like our gorilla dance on What a surreal feeling it is to be standing here right now, having finished school. Some of you have shared the same Scopus journey as I, from kinder to year 12, and others of you here joined somewhere along the way, but all of you have made school a special place. 15 years ago, our parents packed our little bags for us, took that cute first day of kinder photo, and with high hopes, delivered us to the welcoming arms of our kinder teachers. At kinder, we were to indulge in the exciting times of finger painting, being chosen as Imma or Abba on Shabbat, and having stories read to us. A favourite, Dr. Seuss told us, "You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes, you can steer yourself in any direction you choose." In kinder, we were given plastic cups of milk on the daily so that we grow big and strong. Sadly, no amount of milk seemed to help. This was made clear at inter-school sport many years later, when we versed 6'4" giants from non-Jewish schools. I wonder what they were fed in kinder. As we graduated to prep, we waved goodbye to the days of big blue covers and got to pop on a nice, fancy uniform. Back then, school ties were a must, and I think everybody probably looked pretty adorable. Or maybe not everybody. In those days, wearing school pants in the winter was not social suicide. And dresses that went past the knees were quite acceptable. Uniform was no issue and no one wore those clear plastic piercings. The school thought we were a fabulous bunch. Boy, were they in for a treat. Moving up from the tiniest in the school, we approached year 1 with great excitement. The Citadel presentation was quite a significant life experience. Religion and society. You know, speaking of Citadel presentations and similar occasions like those Pesach plays, I always used to envy the kids who had biblical Hebrew names. They always got the main roles. What's Ryan Kagan's Hebrew name? Aharon. And who did he get to play? Aharon. And Jess Sonnenberg, her Hebrew name is Yocheved, and I can tell you she played Yocheved. And they're both great actors, but my Hebrew name is Tzvi, and it means deer. And this doesn't really predispose any Hebrew teachers to give me a roll of sorts. But anyway, that aside, we advanced through years 2 and 3 and received sports uniforms and warm fleecy jumpers. Usually the jumpers were oversized, extending well past our knees, as naturally Jewish mothers want to get the best bang for their buck. We moved on from the primary campuses of GBH and FKI to come together as one in the big school, Burwood. A really momentous occasion occurred as our parents walked us from home to the bus stop for our first day of year 4. If school was our home away from home, then the bus is like a home, away from home, away from home. The bus rides form an integral part of the school day where we eat our last bits of breakfast, madly finish homework, and have surprisingly deep conversations with fellow bus travellers. At this crazy time of our lives in Burwood, we would now be acquainted with the CAF. In years 4 to 6, if we wanted cat food, or what we then knew as lunch order, our parents would give us a couple dollars to place in an envelope, and we would write our name on top with the food that we wanted. After we said morning prayers, 2 lunch monitors would rush off with their skis full of envelopes to drop at the CAF, and come lunchtime, they would journey down to the mysterious secondary school to retrieve us our delicious food. Our first year of the CAF was in 2007. At this stage, pizza subs costed about $1.20. In 2007, there was the global financial crisis. And boy, were we to feel the repercussions. Over the years, the price of the pizza sub has skyrocketed, an increase of over 100%, and a current buying price of $2.50. I feel robbed. Now, I don't want to take swipes at the school, of course, but as youngsters, we were able to order Big M's, Bisley, and Simba chips. Those days are over. Nowadays, I imagine this sort of conversation going down in a Scopus household of kids in primary. Mum, can I get lunch order? Yeah, sure, darling. How does quinoa salad with chia seeds and kale chips sound? Awesome, Mum. I saw that food on Peace, Love and Granola. In years 4 to 6, we wore school sun hats, received pen licenses, and got up to all the mischief that prepubescent 12-year-olds would. No one can forget Richard Rothstein bringing all the girls Valentine's Day gifts. Yeah, Richard. In year 7, we welcomed a whole bunch of new kids, creating diversity and broader friendship circles. Many of us did the Roots Project, creating lovely albums presenting our family history. Many of us, also, did not do the Roots Project, instead handing the task to overly enthusiastic parents who seized their children's opportunity to explore family lineage. Years 8 and 9, we developed a bit of a wild reputation. Lunchtime detentions, after schools, and Sundays were handed out for the crimes of wrestling at lunchtime, short dresses, you know, perhaps the worst crime of all, playing chess in the library. You'd think I'm joking, but we were punished for playing chess in the library because it attracted crowds. Let's kill us. Year 9 saw an exodus from Yavna College and a huge influx of kids to Scopus. This really changed the demographic of our year level, where for the first time we had school friends who would exit Jewish studies classes and leave their kippas on. In year 9 and 10, we experienced our first Zionist camps, led by the informal ed department, Jared, Monty and Maddie, who have always given 101% of themselves, creating the Scopus Ruach that is the envy of every other school. Along with Ulpan, we formed a really solid grounding of what it means to be Jewish and what Israel means to us. Ulpan was an unforgettable trip, which not only changed most of us as people, but which also led to real closeness and cohesion within the year level. Speaking of closeness, we are a very close, loving year level. Just come down to one of our parties and you'll understand. But seriously, since Ulpan, and this year in particular, we have bonded and have been able to consolidate relationships, coming together and being there for each other. Yeah, there are ups and downs. Yeah, we only just managed to sort everything out at the last minute, usually by some Facebook vote which is rigged. Yeah, we've had disagreements over political correctness and what constitutes appropriate use of language. But we've always been there for each other as a collective. We always sort everything out, especially in the crucial years of BCE. When someone would break down because things were too intense, they always had a friend by their side to help them get through it all. And it is this sort of camaraderie that has held us in good stead until now and will continue to launch us into the future with a solid group of caring schoolmates. Our time at school has been a huge chunk of our lives, but the time spent will not be measured by the hours sat in class or the time spent doing homework. We will measure time through the friendships we have made, through the time spent with each other hanging out on the quad, in the cafe, on the Skolnick, or in the library for so-called study periods. Some of you will remain in close contact forever, and for others, catch-ups may be few and far between. For me, each one of you has had a unique impact on my life and has left me with many unforgettable memories from our time at Scopus. And now we're here, really and truly done. No longer will we be dismissed by Abby Cohen from Assembly. I guess we'll have to decide by ourselves whether we exit auditorium by the left. Year 12 has been a crazy year, full of ups and downs, and I think there are some thank yous to be said. To all the teachers that put in countless hours, going the extra mile, taking time out of your own busy schedules to be there for us, we thank you. To Mr. Schultz, our year level coordinator for the past 2 years, you've been an amazing role model for our year, staying true to your values and always staying true to us. Thank you for being a legend and for stealing the hearts of everyone in our year level. To the leadership body of the school that has done all the behind-the-scenes work so that everything flows and so that school is the magical place that it is, we thank you. To the parents and to our families in general, you've been there for us. You've been there for us since the beginning, waking us up each morning, making our lunches, rushing us off to the bus. You treated us like kings and queens this year to make the whole experience of hard work easy. And your values for a Jewish education and your wish that we grow up in a Jewish environment has been the reason for your enormous sacrifices in sending us to such an elite school, and for this we are forever thankful. And to the class of 2015, thank you for being you, each and every one of you. You all hold the power right now to do anything and everything you want in your lives. Justin Bancroft's Year 6 school captaincy speech depicted a vision of himself as the first Jewish Australian Prime Minister. Any of you can do this. You are all capable of making the world the place you want it to be. I wish you all every success in your future endeavours. Do what you want in life that gives you a sense of happiness and fulfilment, and use the can-do attitude that has kept you going this whole time until tonight to be the best person you can be. I don't think this speech would be quite whole if I didn't finish on a quote, so I'll go back to kinder days and finish with words from Dr. Seuss. So be sure when you step with care and great tact, and remember that life's a great balancing act. And will you succeed? Yes, you will indeed. 98.75% guaranteed. Kid, you'll move mountains. VCE 15. let's move mountains.